Hey everyone, guess what? We're going back to the bleach today. So we're going to be using these 3 stencils. I was originally going to do 4, but you'll see later on as we go along, that 4th one, the smaller one in the background, I'm not going to wind up doing. So I just looked for some washi tape that I really don't use much, so I always use it when I do my stenciling. And so I'm just going to tape down our stencil here and the black cardstock that I cut down, and using the splatters stencil, we're just going to basically use our brush to color in the bleach, okay? And at the end, I wound up having to go to work and then come back to do the voiceover for this video, and I will say the bleach didn't do anything to the stencils, so that's great. So I'm just real quick, obviously I sped this up, but I'm just putting all the bleach in the open areas, and then if there's some spots that look like it didn't get bleach, I just go back over it. And then when you lift it up, ta-da! Look at that. So you can stencil with the bleach, okay? I found after going through all this, the best method was the brush. I am going to look for, I wanted something that was a little bit bigger that would allow me to, you know, put it on quicker, or I guess at a faster rate. And I thought by getting like a cheap sponge, which I'm getting ready to show you here, you know, you can get these at the dollar store for, you know, a decent package for $1. I thought I could just dip it in the bleach real fast, dab it, and, you know, it would do what I needed it to do. Well, here's the deal. It started to burn or melt the sponge, okay? So, sponge, no. I'm getting ready to pause the film here. And when I come back, yeah, the hands there, no. Do not use the sponge, okay? Because it got really hot and I was like, So I wound up taking it to the sink and just, you know, making sure I rinsed it really well, and then I threw it out because I didn't want to set fire to anything. So it still works with the brush. I just grab the bleach and start, you know, dabbing it in with the same water brush that I used on the last technique. The thing about the sponge that I didn't like, which you'll see more in the end, it put more bleach on it, so some of the leaves are kind of muted. You don't have good definition. There's only the one that I thought was a really good bleached leaf. So you live and you learn, okay? So I'm sharing with you all what I learned. And what I learned is keep it with the brush, keep it simple, and, you know, you don't have to worry about possibly, you know, setting something on fire. So for the last one, we're going to do the snowflakes here. And the snowflakes was hard because, you know, snowflakes are very intricate. And when it comes to them, you like it to be crisp, you know. I'm a snowflake fiend, like a lot of people are. I was just watching a couple of videos on YouTube, and I was laughing because, you know, I really do have a thing for snowflakes too, even though I'm not one for the snow, but I love anything with snowflakes. That being said, I would not do the snowflakes again with the bleach. It didn't get as crisp as I would want, and it's just, I think it's better for, you know, stencils that it doesn't matter what the pattern does. If it bleeds a little bit through, like the splatter one, it was perfect. Loved it. I actually like the leaves because they're not fully detailed, they're just shapes of leaves, you know. So I think it could work. I just needed to do the brush method from the beginning. But you'll see here, when I take off the stencil, it shows the shapes of the snowflakes. The problem is that sometimes the bleach seeps under because it's a thinner liquid. A lot of times with the stencils, you're using paste, you know, either the embossing paste or, you know, glitter paste or You might use inks and stuff like that, but for whatever reason, you know, the liquid of the bleach, it does tend to get under. So we're gonna kind of let that dry here. I'm gonna put up my supplies, and I tried to make sure to keep anything with the bleach on it to itself, so that way I wasn't putting bleach on everything. But now all I'm gonna do is attach each of these to a sheet of cream cardstock that I cut to 4 by 5 1/4. The black paper that we cut up and did the stencil work on was actually 3 3/4 by 5 inches. I wanted a nice border around each one, and then we're just gonna attach them to our top folding card, and it's the A2 size, which is 4 1/4 by 5 1/2. That's your standard card. That's the card that you make when you don't want to pay extra postage, okay? So we're just gonna attach all of these. Now I'm just making sure I got my rings up at the top because I wanted them to be seen, because we're going to put sentiments, you know, on the cards. And so I'm just making sure that the parts that I want to make, you know, to be seen are at the top. So on this last one, I wasn't going to do anything, but then I decided, you know what, let's see if I can do a little splattering. So I did some mild splattering with the bleach, and I figured, you know what, if you don't have stencils, if you don't want to do anything with stamps and you just want to do something real quick, make up your own thing. And I have the splatter cabbie, or what is it, cubby, that's in the boutique. I use it a lot for my photos, so I don't actually splatter in it. But if you have a container or a box that you can put it in and you can just go crazy with the bleach, go for it. It, you know, the sky's the limit, really. So you see I'm doing like big spots. I'm trying to do some medium ones with the actual brush. I'm just hitting it along my bone folder to try and get some more of the little droplets. Well, of course I picked it up and started waving it because I wanted it to dry, and it wasn't dry. So a little bit of bleach was going all over, so that's why I pulled up my grid paper there. And then I'm just pressing down on the sheet itself to try and, you know, make it dry quicker. And I found, you know, I really liked it. It was just, you know, an interesting background, no rhyme or reason, and you could put any sentiment to it. So I'm just going to attach that to my card front, and then I'm going to go away and put the sentiments on the cards, and you'll see all the cards with sentiments at the end. So thank you so much, you guys, for joining me today. Make sure you hit the like button, subscribe, and please share. And I will see you guys with our next video. And just like last week, you know, make those comments down below. If you have an idea, if you'd like to see something used, you know, differently. Miss Robyn suggested stencils, and we got another video. So I'll see you guys, okay? Have a great one.